Hello BookTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is David and welcome back for another Poetry Thursday. So I am finally cracking open my best poems of the English language compiled by Harold Bloom and wanted to read a poem out of here for you today. So while considering what to do, I thought about doing a romantic poet because you just don't get much better than that. But I started looking back a little further, and a specific poem jumped out to me a little bit. This is by James Shirley, and I wanted to read the introduction that Harold Bloom gives because I thought it was kind of humorous. James Shirley, 1596 through 1666. James Shirley, a supporter of the Stuart cause, was a highly successful London dramatist until Parliament closed the theatres in 1642. He then fought for about 2 years in the Royalist Army, returning to London in 1644 to earn his living as a schoolmaster. Life ended sadly for Shirley and his wife in 1666 when their house was consumed in the Great Fire of London. They died together only about 2 weeks later. Now here comes the best part. Shirley is now remembered only for the wonderful Dirge included here, which is what I'm going to read, which comes at the very end of his unreadable play, The Contention of Ajax and Ulysses. 1659. I remember Robert Frost at one of his readings starting off by reciting Shirley's Dirge from memory, remarking that it was a favorite poem. That right there is what first brought it to my attention, is that Robert Frost named this as one of his favorite poems. I haven't read the poem, so I'm going to be experiencing this at the same time as all of you. This is called Dirge by James Shirley. The glories of our blood and state are shadows, not substantial things. There is no armor against fate. Death lays his icy hand on kings. Scepter and crown must tumble down, and in the dust must be equal made with the poor crooked scythe and spade. Some men with swords may reap the field and plant fresh laurels where they kill, but their strong nerves at last must yield. They tame but one another still. Early or late, they stoop to fate, and must give up the murmuring breath when they, pale captives, creep to death. The garlands wither on your bow, then boast no more your mighty deeds. Upon death's purple altar now, see where the victor victim bleeds. Your heads must come to the cold tomb, only the actions of the just smell sweet and blossom in their dust. So that, friends, is Dirge by James Shirley. I thought it was a pretty good poem. Really enjoyed some of the imagery along the way. Hopefully you did too. I don't think that, like Robert Frost, I'll be reciting it from memory anytime soon. But I'm glad that I happened upon that while kind of randomly flipping back in history a little bit from the Romantics poets and landing upon that one. So I look forward to your Poetry Thursday video. Give us a poem, or jump in my Discord, where we have a whole section dedicated to Poetry Thursday, where I'll be posting a completely different poem there, and hoping that some of my fellow Discord folks do the same, because it's fun sharing and reading and talking about poetry. So have a great day.